We're going to begin with the Psalm of Tehillim, chapter 23. Mizmor leDavid, Adonai roi lo echsar, b'nois dashayar b'tzeini, amay minuchas yinahaleni, nafshi yeshev v'yancheni v'magli tzedek l'man shemoi, gam ki elech b'geit salmaves lo yirara, ki ato imadi shiftecho mishantecha, heima yinachamoni. Tarek lofanai shulchan neged tzayre roi dishanto v'shemen roishi koisi revaya, ach tei v'chesi yudifuni koyi mechayoi, v'shavde b'veis adinoi, lo irech yamim, a psalm by David, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He revives my soul. He directs me in the path of righteousness for the sake of his name. Even if I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they will comfort me. You will prepare a table before my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup is full. Only goodness and kindness shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for many long years. I'm going to call upon Rabbi Gelman to also please recite a Psalm of Tehillim, Psalm 16.
מכתוב לדוד, שומרני אל כי חסידי בו. אמרת לאדינוי, אדינוי אתה, תבצי בעלולך, לקדשים אשר בארץ עמו. ודירי כל חפציבון, ירבו עטפי צומח, ירמוהורו, ולסיך נזקיהם מדום, ובלסו את שמי צום על שפוצוי. אדינוי מנס חלקי וכיסי, עתו תמגר לי, חבלים נפלו לי בנימים, אב נחלו שברו לי, אברכס אדינוי אשר יצוני, אב לילויס ישרוני חיל יסוי. שיביסי אדינוי לנגדי סומיד, כי במיני בא למעט, הוכין סומך ליבי ויגל כבדי, אף בשרי ישכן לבטח, כי לא יסעזי נפשי לשאל, לא סיתן לחסיד חולי רישוחס, תדיעני ערך חיים סוי וסמוכס אספונך, נימייס במינך נצח.
We're going to ask the daughter of Helene, Lorraine, to please say a few words in honor of her dear mother.
My mom was the sweetest lady ever. She had a lot of good friends, and I appreciate all their help and support. She was born in Buffalo, New York. Met my dad at Crystal Beach. They loved going there. They lived in Toronto for a while and then moved to Buffalo. And she had a lot of nice friends in Buffalo. We often talked about them over the years. They moved back to Toronto, and like I say, she had good friends here, and everybody loved her. And she was very sick for the last little while. But anyway, now she's in peace. 93 years old. She did great.
Thank you. I'm going to ask Helene's son, Howard, to please say a few words in honor of his mother.
I have more of a speech. Put this right here, okay? All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. That's the first thing I want to say. So here we go. My mother, Mrs. Helene Shore, was born on Thursday, July 2nd, 1931 in Buffalo, New York, to Louis and Goldie Stromberg, who emigrated to the United States from Russia. My mother grew up in a poor family and sadly lost her dear father at around the age of 11 years old. My mother never finished high school, but has proven to be a super intelligent woman who married my wonderful father, Earl Shore, and had two amazing children, in which first came Lorraine, back in 1955, and then Howard, that's me, in 1970. Life with my mother and father was pretty good for a very long time, and I cherish those very special moments. We went on many trips together with Dad and my mom, including the Catskill Mountains, Canada's Wonderland, Niagara Falls. I remember when I was around 5 years old when my mother was taking me on a stroller ride along Bathurst Street and it started raining. Boy, did she run pretty fast to get me home. When I was in junior high school and high school, my mother did many odd jobs like surveys to gain some extra money. She was even a homemaker taking care of the elderly in their homes by going shopping for them, cleaning up their place, etc. She used to work for Upjohn Health Center, which I'm sure is long gone, and even put up ads in her area, and her phone would ring off the hook because her services were very much in demand. People loved her a lot. Throughout a great portion of my life, my mother and father went on various trips together, visiting such places as Florida, California, and Las Vegas. Back in August of 2002, my father passed away in his sleep from diabetes, and my mother bravely went on without him and was strong for quite some time. One thing that my mother loved to do was word searches. I think she got introduced to it by me when I was younger, and she just followed. Back in July of 2018 until December of 2022, I lived with my mother at her very cozy apartment on Bathurst Street and accepted all of the challenges while living there. While staying at her place, I helped her out a lot with grocery shopping, writing her letters, and solving her consumer problems, which always worked in her favor. I can remember my mom's great sense of humor. Sometimes she would get pretty hard on me, especially when I was on the phone, and she used to yell at me when I would work from home telling me to shut up. But I always took it with a grain of salt. My mom always looked out for me and with my best interests in mind, and always gave me sound advice, which I follow to this day. During COVID, I made her online phone book for her, created her family photo album, and helped her out by keeping her place in really good order. In December of 2022, I moved back to Los Angeles from her home while she was getting ready to leave the Stromberg Convalescent Hospital, where she was staying for a short period of time. Around January of 2023, my mother moved back to her Bathurst Street apartment and remained there until March of 2023, where she gave up her apartment to move into the Bayview Extended Care Nursing Home. Life for my mother at the nursing home was different, but according to her preference, she wanted to be there so that she would not be alone. Okay, so I remember visiting her at the nursing home on her 92nd birthday and taking her to a very nice restaurant that she enjoyed very much. I always enjoyed calling her at the nursing home and was so excited when she picked up the phone. Sometime earlier in 2024, my mother's health started to decline, whereby she was not answering the phone as much. Around June of 2024, my mother started experiencing congestive heart failure and was put on oxygen. And life from then onwards was not the same. So for her 93rd birthday, she did not even want to go to any restaurant, but rather stay at the nursing home, which I found quite strange and made me sad. However, we held her 93rd birthday party inside their private dining room. By July 4th of 2024, my mother experienced chest pains and was taken to Scarborough Health Network Birchmount Hospital and sadly was deteriorating. I visited her until July 12, 2024, and then went back to Los Angeles, California, and kept in touch with the hospital with regards to my mother's health status. I first thought that by draining the fluids out of her lungs and legs that it was helping, but sadly the fluids kept on returning, which lowered her oxygen level. By July 27, 2024, my mother's oxygen level was much lower than the hospital started giving her maximum oxygen and recommended that I return as soon as possible. When I arrived in Toronto on Sunday morning at 6:42 a.m., I contacted the hospital to get an update on my mother and sadly learned that she had passed away at 3:25 in the morning. My very dear mother, Mrs. Helene Shore, is survived by her only brother, Harold Stromberg, who lives in Southern California, and he will not be able to be with us today, but his thoughts are with us and Lorraine, and of course I will miss our mother from the bottom of our empty hearts. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Lorraine and Howard, for those beautiful words.
Thank you.
Was there somebody else?
Is there anybody else that wanted to say a couple of words? Okay, please.
Give him the mic. Wait.
Grandson of Lorraine, I'm going to ask you to say a couple of words. I listened to you with the microphone.
Very important. Your pocket. Thank you. Pocket.
Hello everyone. My grandmother, my bubby,
She was the sweetest person. She never asked much of anything from me, although I liked fixing things for her around her apartment. I remember, I still have some memories of when me and my brother were little, and we would all go to the movies together. We like to go to Sheridan Mall, and we'd always go early because we liked to walk around beforehand. I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss her so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for those beautiful words. Do you want to say a couple words?
I've known Howard and...
Wait, put the mic, wait, just one second. I'm so sorry. Just we'll record this.
I've known Howard and his mom for many years. We've been friends, and whenever I would go to see Howard and his mom, and sometimes his sister was there, we always had a really nice time. His mom was always so friendly and warm, would offer us coffee and cookies and stuff. And she was always interested in what Dina and I were doing, and was asking about our travels and how we were doing. And it was just a real privilege to have known Mrs. Shore. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity I had of knowing her for many years. And I'm thankful that I finally found the place to be here to have this time with the family. And God bless all of you. Yeah.
It's really hot. I know, but I really want to take it. Give him back the mic.
Oh, sorry.
My mom
Just-
right here. About 20 years ago, they got partnered to do Helene came to our house every weekend when I was in high school. I called her my booby. I'm not Jewish, but I called her my Jewish grandmother booby. With the sweetest person in the entire world. Whenever Mom would come and visit her apartment, didn't matter what she was there for, Helene would give her a can of beans or a green apple, or there'd be something to give to my mom. And for me, she would bring these things home, and I have two small girls now, and Helene over the years has been asking about the girls, and she, I think, is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. Your mom is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. So we're all blessed to know Helene, and I'm thankful to be here with you, and everyone should volunteer at some point, because my mom did that. I got blessed, and so that's something to think about.
Thank you.
My love.
Thank you so much.
I know it's quite warm outside, and we want everybody to be able to get shade. So please, if there's anybody else that would like to say something, maybe Shiva would be the appropriate time to say something.
I want to thank everybody for sharing those beautiful thoughts. Specifically, I wanted to address the children, the grandchildren. I can hear from your words what a difficult gaping hole there is in your heart right now because of this tremendous loss. And it's natural at a time of this, like this, to feel like you've lost something and there's no longer a connection. But as Jews, we believe that every one of us is comprised of a body and a soul. And every body has an expiration date on it, and we only live, physical life only lasts for so long. But even after the person passes, the spiritual dimension, the soul, lives on in eternity. And as you miss your mom, and as you miss your booby and your mother-in-law, something to think about is that while you no longer have the opportunity to go to the mall together and watch movies or go to the restaurant, you still can connect with your mom and with your grandmother on a soul level. And the way that we accomplish that is through mitzvahs, through good deeds, through fulfilling God's will. So when your heart is broken and you're feeling like you really, really miss your mom, you really, really miss your booby, you can stop in the middle of the day and you can take a moment to do a mitzvah. You can help somebody, you can volunteer, you can offer a personal prayer to Hashem, to God. And when you do that mitzvah, you stop and you say, Mom, Booby, this one's for you. And when you do that, you are, when a soul departs, they don't no longer appreciate physical food or flowers or balloons or movies, but a mitzvah is something that's forever, and that can be appreciated and received and accepted with love forever. And that's in that way you can send a spiritual care package to your mom at any time. It's always available. You don't even have to call the UPS or the FedEx or get in the car. It's free of charge. It can be done anytime, and your mom, your grandmother will feel that. She will receive it with the love that you offer it to her. And in this way you can keep that connection going forever. We're going to recite the Kel Moli Rachamim. El Moli Rachamim Shechein b'miroim amsei minuchon chayno al kanfei hashchina b'ma'alois kadosh mutahirim k'zayir harakia mazirim es nishmas Helene bat Lewis shehalach la'olama ba'avur shenadvut staka ba'ad hazkaras nishmasa b'gan eden tehei minuchasa L'chein balarachmim yastireh b'seiser knaf yastireh ha b'seiser knafav leilamim v'yitzrer b'tzerach chayim es nishmasa adinoi hu nachalasa v'tanuach al mishkava b'shalom v'noimar amen. Where's the
I think it's on the other side.
This side?
Here? It's on that side?
Here? Oh, right here.
Yeah,
okay.
Please. Do you guys have enough room here?
Yeah, we're just going to come this way. Grab the center bud, and I'm going to walk that way.
Before we begin the burial, at this point it would be appropriate for all of us, both family members and friends and those who were close to Helene, to think about as human beings. When there's somebody that you love, you always try and do the best that you can to care for them and always show an infinite amount of respect. But we're all human, and therefore none of us are perfect, and there are times that we fall short. So this is an appropriate time to ask forgiveness. If there was ever a time that we should have shown more attention, more love, more patience, then this is an appropriate time that each of us ask Helene for mechila, for forgiveness. I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna ask you to hold on to this. It's okay if I go over? So in Jewish tradition, burying a deceased person is a great mitzvah, but it's not a mitzvah that it's a great act of kindness and a good deed, but it's not the type of mitzvah that we look forward to doing. So to emphasize that, there's two traditions around the burial that we observe. The first is that when the first time you start digging the dirt, we do it upside down as a sign that, you know, we're not excited about doing this mitzvah. Of course, it's a sad mitzvah to perform, but we must do it out of respect and out of love for Helene. The other thing is that when we're going to ask people to step forward and volunteer to help with the burial, but when you're done with your turn, instead of handing the shovel to the next person, you just put it back into the dirt and let the next person come along and help. Did you want to honor the? Should we?
I'm gonna
ask
I'm gonna have Howard and Lorraine come forward.
Okay. So both of you, go ahead.
So Howard and Lorraine should shovel first. There's not a lot of room over here. Howard, you want to step forward and put in a couple shovels?
Here, I'll give you a hand. Okay. Okay. Good job.
Thank you. Please.
The grandchildren to step forward.
The grandchildren. And as we come up, please just watch our step. There's not a lot of room on the other side. Let's just be careful as we're continuing to put earth into the grave.
Okay, so we just ask him right now. Whoever else can step forward to help. Thank you.
Okay, and let's just be mindful of the space that we have here. It's mostly a sandy mound of earth. If we do come across a rock or a big heavy piece though, let's push that to the side of the mound or around the casket and not right on top. sure everybody's okay. Nobody needs water. Or we shouldn't really have water near the grave, but.
Those edges, eh? He's going to move some clothes, so we should put that way. You should. Well, the idea is to put it against the green.
Thank you very much for holding on to that.
It's burial kaddish, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, kaddish is for burial kaddish. For next year? No, for this.
Which way is east? That way?
You tell me. For sure we're going to cover. I don't know if we have the people.
Got to be on the ends and the sides that we have to start focusing our shovels, please. The middle seems to be fine, but the ends and the sides. Okay, so just the ends, please. Just the ends where we see the wood. We got to fill it up to at least the level of the cask.
Here, a hand.
Mark's good at being good to everybody.
Push. Yeah, where are those share boards? Where are the share boards? Get over here. Smooth it a little now. Smooth it a little.
Better just to...
It's not a real estate deal, but it is.
Is it an option to have the truck move the dirt closer or not really?
Just because of how close it is, Rabbi, I'm going to say probably not.
Okay.
But I'll ask one person to go to the back of the mound to try their best to push earth forward. I don't want it to be Rabbi, though.
Are we able to get one volunteer just to go to the back of the mound to try to push some earth forward, please?
Huh? Yeah, but having them fall.
Want to use the machine to push it forward?
It's not gonna. It's not. The parameters are not good for that to happen. Okay, but if we all start to focus underneath my feet, this side's getting filled up quicker. We can try to fill it up together and all move towards the head of the grave together. believe it is warm, so if you do need shade or water, please, we've got shade over on the other side.
Are you okay? Yeah. When I fall down, I'll pick you up, except for the blister, yeah.
Right underneath my feet, please. Right underneath my feet.
Okay, I'll jump into this which I have in the car actually. Okay, I'll somehow. It's time for a young man to take over. The tons are going to do it. Okay, let's get out of the tons way.
Shkoyach.
You want it?
Okay.
Where's another shovel?
You want to put in a shovel there? Yeah, I'll help you out with that. Okay, let me get the earth on and you'll put it in. It's just not great.
Every time we said it. And I always said, it's okay, but I never looked at it.
Here you are.
Really good at it.
Got it?
Yep. It gets great.
Okay.
A few weeks.
Howard, just that corner underneath your feet. Okay, you can see how it's showing still.
Maybe no shovel there. Can you use your shovel there? Can you use your shovel? Those are the ones that they need stuff in the back to the forward. Go around that way. Let's go to the back. Grab the shovel, go to the back, push. Then.
Okay, we need a little more just on that end. I see just a little bit of wood.
Supposed to be the next prayer. Is it a kaddish prayer?
Soon, so that's the last thing we do.
Okay, that's fine.
I just need a little bit more right there. If you can see that wood showing right there, just underneath you.
Nice.
One more will do that area. Thank you. Can we all just focus right here on this corner? There's just wood showing over here. You tell me, Rabbi.
Come on, Bruce. Let the gun here. The tight spot.
We're almost done.
2 shovels and you're good. The corner there, Bruce.
Almost there, gentlemen.
Good.
Okay.
It's covered on that side?
Yeah. If we're able to just place the shovels back in the mound of earth for now, we're going to pause. And if I can borrow Lorraine, whatever she may do.
Hatsur Tamim Palak Yichal Derachav Mishpat El Emunah Veina Vatzadav Yashar Hatsur Tamim B'chol Payal Miyemer Loi Matifal Hashal B'matav V'mal Memis Mechayim Moyrich Oil Vayol Hatsur Tamim B'chol Mais Miyemer Loi Matasa Oimer Vayisa Chesed Chinam Lanu Tasa Uvischus Hanekat Kisak Shiva Vasei Tzadik B'chol Derachav Hatsur Tamim Erach Apayim Malei Rachamim Chamoil Novachus Na'ala Vaysuvanim Chilchad Dinas Lechais Varachim Tzadik Atal Din Lahamis Ulachiyos Asher B'yad Chapikton Kol Ruchais Chalil Lachazichrinin Limchais V'yu Noine Inecha Berachmulin B'chukais Kilchad In Harachim Maslichais Adam Meshana Yihayalav Shanim Yichya Ma Yisrin Loi Kaloi Hayya Baruch Tain Ha-MS Memis Machai Baruch Hu Ki MS Dinoi Umeshet Et HaKol Beinu B'Shalom Adam Mechesh Beinu V'Dinu V'Akol Lishmai Hoydaya Yiteinu Yodainu Adonai Kisadik Mishpatacha Tizdak B'Dveracha V'Zizka B'Shavtacha V'In Harachim V'Lishpatacha Tzadigat Adonai V'Yashim Mishpatacha Dainu Mesh V'Sadik V'Emes Baruch Dainu Emes Shekal Mishpatu V'Sadik V'Emes Nefesh Kol Chai B'Yodecha Tzadik Mala Aretz Yemincha V'Yodecha Rachim Aplitas Tzayin Yodecha V'Semer L'Malach Heref Yodecha G'del Ha'itzav V'Rav Ha'Liliya Asher Necha V'Chu Chais V'Yis HaKol Darchi B'nei Adam L'Asis Lish K'Derachav V'Chivri Mahalav L'Hagid Ki Yasher Adonai Suri V'Lev L'Asa B'Yad Adonai Nasan Adonai L'Kach Yishem Adonai Mevarach V'Hu Racham V'Chabar V'Lo Yashkri V'Lo Shivapai V'Lo Yoir Kol Chamasai. We're going to recite one more psalm of Tehillim, and then the children will do the kaddish, and I'll help you with that. Now we're going to face east when we say the kaddish. That's that direction. You have the
right now. I have a book. I don't know.
Do you have the transliteration, or you can use?
Yeah, it is.
Use yours. Right now.
You know, maybe it's better if you use. Hold on to this if you don't mind. This way you have the same one. Here, come step over here for a second. What page is that
Just
on?
where the
there you go.
is, Rabbi.
So right here, Yitkadal,
Yitkadash, Shemei
Rabbah,
Ba'alma,
Tehu Atid, Li'itchadita, Ula Achaya, Meitaya, Ula Aska, Ula Saka, Lachaye, Alma, Ulamivne, Karta, the Yerushalayim, Ulashachlel, Heichala, Begava, Ulamekar, Pulchana, Nuchra'a, Me'ara, Ula Atava, Pulchana, Dishmaya, Le'atra, V'yamlich, Kucha, Brichu, B'malchute, V'karei, B'chayechon, Uv'yomechon, Uv'chaye, Dechol, Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uv'izman, Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach La'olam La'omei Omaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yit'aleh, V'yithalal, Shmei Dekudsha B'richu, Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Ta'amiran Be'alma V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Okay. And we're going to form two lines now. Guess maybe we could.
Please, just a corridor, 2 lines on either side.
The two of you stay here.
Have Howard and
maybe let's get. We could do the men on this side and the women on that side, or whatever.
So if we can have ladies on that side and men on this side.
Can I put this on now?
Sure.
Thank you. Should I learn to this?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to walk through with the two of you.
Okay, as the two children walk through, we're going to all say Hamakom Yinachem Etchem Betoch Sha'ar Avelei Sion Yerushalayim. May God comfort you. Thank you all for coming out today to show final respects to Helene. May we come together for simchas, for happy occasions always. Shkoyach.
Can I still put a stone?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, you can put a stone on the near where the headstone will be.
Over there. Okay.
Okay. Shkoyach, thank you. Did I have something? Am I wired up?
Thank you for your help.
Thank you. Okay.
Can you change this to
That's the only option right now. So are there...